Hi, Dennis Weiss. Welcome to our town. We're at the Eisenhower Presidential Library Museum Boyhood Home. We're in the office of the Executive Director, Dawn Hammett, and she's sitting right there.
Welcome.
How are you?
Pretty good. How are you doing?
So I have the only I Like Ike button because we're a team, and I'm sharing with you today.
I'm so glad.
Yep, there we go.
There we go.
They can see it in the shot. So we can confirm we both I like Ike.
I like Ike.
Yeah, absolutely, we do. So last time we were here, we talked a lot about 2018 museum renovation and all of those things. So today we're going to fill in some details about what's going on in the facility while all that's happening.
Right.
And you've got some cool things of which I'm not going to do the blank joke, paper joke.
Again?
You know, because it says Letters of a Woman Homesteader as one of the Ike book talks. So I have to tell you, at the National Cowboy Poetry Contest this year in Abilene, Kansas, was a lady from Nebraska. And there have been a couple of ladies there before, but this lady, all of her content, cowboy poetry, was from women of the period's point of view, and it was outstanding. It really, really brought out
That's fascinating.
the view of that early pioneer life from the woman's point of view. And not only was it good poetry, it was great content. So you're going to have a bunch of good stuff in Ike Book Talks, that I know.
We will. Since the last time we've talked, we were able to come up with our finalized book list for our book club. And it's been released, as far as I'm aware, on Facebook, and we have handouts and things. So it's around.
All right.
The books will all be available at the museum shop.
Okay.
And we're looking forward to sharing some of these books. What we did at the end of the last book club, the end of the year, was we asked those participants what they might want to read, what they might want to do. And so some of these reflect their requests.
Very cool.
We have 3 books on the list from Ike's favorite author. His favorite author was Ernest Haycox.
Yes.
And so we have Burnt Creek, Trail Town, and Bugles in the Afternoon by that author. So these are books that Ike would have read and Ike would have enjoyed. You
know, we did a Why Like Ike series that included his favorite reading subjects. So I did remember the name. I found it interesting when we did that show that when we talked about why would he be reading Westerns. Well, first of all, he was born in Abilene, Kansas. The West was very real to him during that time. And second of all, a man who's saving the free world might need a little bit of downtime.
But he was born in Texas.
Yes, well, he was born in Texas, but he didn't live there very long.
He didn't live there. But don't mess up the history.
Good catch. We are on TV.
Right.
Yeah, so we want to be factual.
Factual.
Yes. Boyhood home is where?
Abilene.
Right over there.
Right. So yes, he did. He enjoyed Westerns. I think that everybody sort of has their own personal way to relax and decompress, and this was one of the ways that he maybe took a break from the stress of his life. So
we're sharing some of Ike's history.
Yes.
With people here in our community or people who want to come to our community for these book talks. They are very fun things to do. Right,
and we have facilitators that will come in and help us discuss the books after our book club members have read them.
Promoting literacy left and right.
It's important, isn't it?
It is. Okay.
We have some other books on the list that are about the Depression era. The book
Timothy
club.
Egan, The Worst Hard Time.
The book club participants requested some information about the 30s and the Depression, so we have some of those books. I'm personally interested in All the King's Men.
Okay.
Because it's a Louisiana story.
Wow. What do you know about it?
It's based on the life of Huey Long.
Oh.
So.
My goodness, yes.
It's a fictionalized account.
I know of him.
It's a fictionalized account, but so I've offered my services to sit in and discuss where the book veers from historical fact.
Yeah, very good, very good. Well, all in all, it's a nice list, don't you think?
It is a good list. I'm really looking forward to it, and the book club participants we're very excited about us doing this and then restarting it at the beginning of the year. So I think this is something we're all really excited about.
The first date I see is January 8th. The last date I see is November 5th. So it's spread throughout the year.
Yeah, what we're doing is we're spreading out our programming a little bit so that our community can know what to expect from us.
Okay. All right. So, and they're going to be in which facility? On the visitor center, I presume?
In the visitor center,
All
that's
right.
correct. And some of the books have movies that we'll show before book club also. So
Oh,
those of you who
okay.
might want the visual version, we'll have some of those as well.
Okay. All right. So what other events, things going on do we have on our list?
The other thing that we finalized are the movies, the movie festivals that we have.
Okay.
Do you know about those?
Yeah, I know about them, but I don't know the
Okay.
details that have been so carefully prepared for us
Well,
today.
we have, with the Arts Council of Dickinson County, their film festival, which we host here at our facility. That's through January and February, and we have the movies listed. We're going to be showing Sully,
good
Kubo
one.
and the Two Strings, which is an excellent movie, Concussion, which I haven't seen,
I don't know that one.
and Race, which is about Jesse Owens,
Okay.
and La La Land, and Hidden Figures. Hidden Figures is also an excellent movie.
Okay.
Have you seen that one?
No, I don't think
Well,
so.
I like it because it's about NASA.
Oh, okay. Oh, my wife has saw that.
Has she seen
Said,
it?
yes, said it's excellent.
The female workers in the NASA program. It is an excellent movie.
Yeah, they came home and were very excited about the movie and very concerned that it has taken this long to tell the story.
I agree.
It's not so surprising. There's a lot of things in history that people did that were so important that stories haven't been told yet.
Well, I'm not sure how these were chosen, what criteria were used, but like Kubo and the Two Strings, it's an animated movie on a Japanese story. It's excellent. It's absolutely excellent. I'd highly recommend that one.
Well, it kind of sounds like maybe you chose some of these.
I did not. I did not.
Oh, well, you have to delegate
No
something.
culpability.
So can I divert just a little?
Sure.
Because your first line says partnership with the Arts Council. Boy, there is just so much of this. It's partnership with the community in one way or another. So it's not just this organization
No.
doing these things. Many of these things have a long history with the Royer Foundation, all of those things. It's people in the community who are working here with you to put important content, fun, history, all the things combined that people like about having the Eisenhower Presidential Library right here in Abilene.
Well, I believe in nonprofits. Clearly, I've spent my life working in nonprofits, but I also believe that a community of nonprofits have to help each other, have to support each other. Together, we are stronger. And it's really important to me personally to create partnerships with other nonprofit organizations to provide better services to our constituents.
So I shouldn't really ask you this on camera, so I'm going to pretend like I'm not asking you, but I'm kind of asking you.
Okay.
So I shot an interview with Bruce Dale, and it's running this week on Eagle Local 2 and on the internet. And so in there, we talked about branding Abilene. He talked about branding Abilene, and I reacted to that. One of the things we talked about is this facility. You know, good branding, singular. Hot brand on the hip of a cow. So he talked about Eisenhower. I had my Why I Like Ike button on that day as well. So anyway, we talked about that. But here's the other side of the singular brand of Eisenhower. This is an example of how the singular brand lifts other people up. It lifts up the visibility of the Arts Council. It lifts up the visibility of the good work the Royer Foundation has done. All of those things, these partnerships that we can come here and do, lift those organizations up. The power of Eisenhower's visibility lifts those up. So again, I'm making a shameless pitch. The singular nature of a brand does not depress the messages of other people
It
and
doesn't
other
have to,
organizations.
no.
No, it's the other way around. It lifts it up if you do it right. And we do it right here in Abilene, I believe.
Well, we at the Eisenhower are very interested in, again, creating those community partnerships that are logical, that make sense, that advance our community in some way or another. You know, we're neighbors, we're partners, we live here, we shop here, we're part of the community. This is important to us.
Yes, that I know, I don't have to ask, I know. Again, I think that's part of Eisenhower. Abilene was important to him. That's your mission. Your job is to uphold Eisenhower's vision. That was his vision, that Abilene was important to him.
Well, he chose to be here, didn't he?
He chose to be here, and he chose this to be here. So that means he would want the Arts Council lifted up. He would want those willing partners, Great Plains Theater, all of those people that work with you to do things. The Institute for Civil Discourse and Democracy from K-State. Those people who have value and want to bring it in partnership, find a willing partner here at the Eisenhower Presidential Library.
I agree, and we're working really hard with K-State and is it Kansas Wesleyan in Salina? We're starting to work with them as well to see what sort of partnerships we can utilize through maybe their history department, or I'm not really sure what sort of leadership programs they have, but you know, we can help each other. None of us have enough money to do everything we want.
Right. That's right. Yeah. So one of the things that's always inspired me by simply coming here and doing what we do in a partnership with you is the unparalleled opportunity of tomorrow. So there is no other place that we go and take a camera where there's more opportunity for tomorrow than there is here. There's just an offer, a change, anything that's generated out of this facility has such potential impact. There's no real close second place. So when I think about young people, Kansas Wesleyan and K-State, full of young people. You mentioned leadership, such a void in in every community in the United States, not ours. Every community needs leaders replaced. Even if they have great leadership today, they will need to be replaced. So the building of leaders should be an ever-present task. What better place to provide leadership on how to build leaders than right here?
Well, we feel like we have a specific story to tell. This family clearly raised 6 amazing, amazing men. And what was specific about Abilene? What was specific about the Eisenhower family that they were able to create these individuals? So I feel like we do have a special story to tell to help mold young people into our next great group of leaders.
When we sat down with a table full of hat boxes and shoe boxes and dress racks behind me in the Why Like Ike series, when we first turned the camera on, I thought, what am I going to contribute to this conversation? It was about 10 seconds in when William Snyder went down the trail of what Mamie had contributed in leadership to the election of Dwight David Eisenhower, and through his military life as well. It became readily apparent what I could contribute to that conversation. Wow. So not only were there 6 brothers from the Eisenhower family, but when the Eisenhower family, Dwight David Eisenhower's family, became David and Mamie, another leadership format was created, and what a great story that is as well.
And you know, I'm really fascinated by Mamie right now because I don't think she would consider herself a feminist, and I don't think she would espouse being a feminist. But she had some real feminist views that a woman should be able to do what it is she needs to do in her life. And, you know, that was very forward thinking for her time.
I'm just a cowboy that dresses up for the camera, you know, but fairness is something everybody should understand. I think fairness is a universal theme. We really shouldn't even need to break it down to the gender side of it with another word. Fairness is fairness. And I see very clearly in what I have learned about Mamie that she was articulate, she had strong opinions, and she had successful operations that she ran for her family. And in fairness, she should get full credit for that.
She's very smart, very, very smart lady.
Yeah. Well, there's a few of those around.
Yes.
Yes, there are. Right here in Abilene, Kansas.
There's a lot in Abilene.
All right. So What else do we have
Well,
that
we
people
have
don't know about?
the Royer Film Festival will be in March.
Okay.
And so we'll have films January, February, and March. And the films for the Royer Film Festival are Funny Face, An Affair to Remember, and A Hatful of Rain. Okay. I've never seen A Hatful of Rain.
It doesn't ring a bell with me.
What I understand is that all of these were nominated for Academy Award, I think for Best Director.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure about that, but Academy Award nominees for sure.
Okay. And again, beating the drum one more time, the Royer Film Festival.
Another community partnership.
Right.
Yep. And then we don't have a lunch and learn in December. December is very busy. We know everybody's got things to do. So we took a break. But our lunch and learn in January will be Never a Dull Moment about Dorothy Dull and the Women's Air Corps. So Dorothy Dull is a Kansas lady who worked as a WAC, and our own museum personnel, Jeff Nelson, will lead this for us.
Terrific. That'll be fun.
This is a special scholarly project he's been working on, and he's going to share his information with us.
That's good. He's been on camera with us numerous times. That'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, he's looking forward to it.
Good.
Quite frankly. And then in February, Jim Chereau will be here to discuss his new book on the Chisholm Trail.
Okay.
I believe he's been here before.
He has. He has been here before. But another community partnership. The branding. Okay, so we want Abilene to be lifted up as a cow town and the end of the Chisholm Trail and all that means to our community. This is Eisenhower lifting that message up. And so we can help lift up the message of the Chisholm Trail. That's just branding done well. Well,
and to me, Eisenhower was very in tune with Abilene being a
Shall we go back and start with the list of books again?
Right? He was very interested in the West.
Yeah, very much so. And I'm convinced, I don't want to be too sacrilegious here, but I am fully convinced if he were sitting in the other chair and we were sitting here in awe, he would say about these current things, why of course you should be working to lift up the visibility of Abilene using the Chisholm Trail. And of course you should be using the historical period that the Seeley Mansion became the Seeley Mansion. And of course you should. That just makes all the sense in the world.
But you just made me think of something.
Okay,
so
good.
Eisenhower,
I like that.
I like to think about Eisenhower's relevancy and why he's still pertinent and important today. And oddly, somebody sent me a meme through Facebook last night. There's a meme of Eisenhower, and it says, Eisenhower, I'm going to do the words all wrong, but Eisenhower promoted a 90% tax rate on industry. And so they sent it to me to have me verify it. So guess what we're working on this morning? Verifying tax rates in Eisenhower's administration.
Yeah.
And it wasn't 90%, we've learned.
Oh. And it wasn't all industry.
No.
Yeah.
90% was the highest bracket for individual taxes, but it was not the corporate tax.
Right.
So when you get a meme on social media, double check it.
Good thing you live at the Eisenhower Archives, huh?
Double check it.
Okay. But hey, isn't it great? It doesn't even matter that it's wrong.
No, his face is out there.
His face is there, and that means
we're thinking about him.
The relevancy of the face was used to promote an idea they wanted promoted anyway.
Absolutely. So, do you want to hear about our evening events?
I do.
All right. What we're doing is we're alternating a book club meeting 1 month and an evening program 1 month. So those will be alternating.
Okay.
So we have an evening event in February, which I'm reading the title. It says, Using World War II Army Unit Records in Family History Research.
Oh, that's something I want to do. I want to come to that.
Okay, well, our archivist...
Send me an invite. Because I'll forget it if you don't.
I'm sure we'll take care of that.
Okay.
One of our archivists, Mary Bertzloff, will be leading that because she's the archivist here who tends to help people when they're doing this.
Yes.
So she will lead group discussion on how to use the Army records.
We need to push that a little bit. The communications director down there on Eagle Local 2 and our little scroll page. So send me some graphics to do that with. This is a great way to get some local people in the building and get them the immediate benefit of what we have here. So
I don't disagree
if you'll
with that.
send me some stuff, I'll help you.
Well, one of the things I've noticed in my career is that well, they sort of go together. One is that people think what we do is magic, which I kind of like. Okay, we do magic stuff.
Magic's good.
But when we break it down and talk about the things that we do, like using these records for your community, for your family records, people are very intrigued by it. Like, how do you preserve your family photographs? How do you preserve your family papers? Those are things that I think our community is interested in. So when you're interested in something like that, let us know.
Good idea. And that means you, when you're interested. She wasn't talking to me, she was talking to you when you're interested.
Tell me.
Tell her, let us know.
You'll
Yes.
see me around. I'm around
Yeah,
everywhere.
you are. So, you're from New Orleans,
I
you
am.
and Rob,
Yes.
but quite evidently somewhere in your history you farmed briefly and raised alpacas, because at Peter and the Starcatcher the other night, you had examples of your alpaca farm on Christmas sweaters.
Golly,
It
you know
was
how
quite
many
a
questions
sight.
I'm going to get about this now?
Quite a sight.
So Rob and I have 2 alpaca Christmas sweaters that were quite a hit
They were.
at
they
Peter
were
and the
outstanding.
Starcatcher.
So, by the way, Dave gave us the 2 minutes, but we may squeeze that a little, because when we were tearing down Peter and the Starcatcher the other night, I said, load that trunk full of star stuff into my car, because I could use a little star stuff magic around. Never would hurt to try.
Will it work?
I don't know. I'm gonna
Peter and
give
the
it a go.
Starcatcher was amazing.
Yeah.
I never laughed so hard.
Yeah. They were all amazing this year.
They were all
Great
amazing.
shows. Okay, so we're out of time, and we still haven't gotten through the list. We never
We
get
never
through
do.
the list, but
We
that's
never
okay,
do.
because we'll just do it again.
Okay, I'll be
All
here.
right? Well, thanks for letting us come.
Thanks for being here.
I'm Dennis Weiss. I work for Eagle Communications. Don Hammett works for all of us at the Eisenhower Presidential Library, Museum, and Boyhood Home, and we like Ike. Hope you have a great day.